Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. It is June 10, 2017, 11:33 p.m. Birmingham, and topic, we are in the last book of the New Testament. It's Book of Revelations. Book of Revelations tells us what happens in the end of days. And we're beginning to see, in fact, we have been starting, in my honest opinion, with Obama. It may have started before him with Bush, but yet Bush kept such a tight cover over it, you couldn't see through it. With Obama, you got where this man was stupid. I'm sorry to say that. Well, I'm not sorry, but he is. But in any case, looking at him, seeing the things that he did, knowing he's Muslim, and he's probably Islam, but this is doing one thing for the world. It's carrying the world into the final book that's in the Bible, the book of Revelations. And when you get to chapter 4 of the book of Revelations, verse 1, at that time, the church is taken out. God calls the church home. The church leaves this world. And then there may be a time period. It may be an hour. It may be 24 hours. It may be 24 months. Nobody knows. But the church is no longer mentioned in the Bible from chapter 4, verse 1. The rest of the way, the church is not mentioned until you get to the end of chapter 18 into chapter 19. What happened? The church was gone. And it's gone, but it comes back. And guys, I'm going to tell you again, in our country, I don't know about all the other countries out there, but in our country, it is the liberal left that sold out the citizens of the United States. Everything that you own, everything you have, everything you've worked for, everything you'll ever work for, sold out. But they cannot deliver the title deed to this great country. And there's multiple reasons why they cannot do it. And I, as one Christian, will hinge that on one singular Bible verse. 2 Chronicles 7:14, where God clearly tells us, if you turn from your wicked ways, then I'll hear from heaven and I'll heal your land. And that brought us Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has done nothing wrong here. Everything he's done so far has been an A+ for the United States. Nothing below that. The liberal, all of them, wherever they are, whatever category their job classification may be, whether it be media or senator or a congressman, it doesn't matter. TV, newspaper, whatever controls their movement, they're like pulling the strings on a puppet. Somebody's pulling their strings and they have to perform because they could not deliver a bill of goods that they sold out for. They sold you and me out. We have been sold off, but they can't deliver. And what they can't deliver until they get that paycheck, they're pissed off. And look, these people don't care about you. They don't care about neither one of us. I promise you, they don't care. If they did, wouldn't it be proof enough that Trump, not guilty, had nothing to do with Russia? Nothing. Instead of staying on Trump. Why didn't they stay on Hillary for selling plutonium to the Russians? Why didn't they get on Obama when he leaned over to the president at that time when Prime Minister Putin was PM and said, look, I can do more once I'm reelected. Just hang on there and I will deliver to you what you want. We heard that. We saw that. It was an open mic. But nobody said anything about it. The only time anybody raises hell is when they can't deliver the title deed to this country to the Pope. Agenda 21. They can't give him what they can't give him, and they cannot give me and you away. Not while we're here, but we will be taken out. And when we're taken out, then America, those of you who are left and are still here, I feel sorry for you. You have ample warning what's coming, but you're not paying any attention to it. And when you hear people talk about September 23, 2017, about the Virgo has a birth of the King star, which is a giant planet in our solar system, Jupiter. And it's been there exactly 9 months to the day when it comes out. Although it's come out a time or two, and this time they say for 45 days. Well, this doesn't mean anything. Forget that. It's just the final date. When is this King star going to be born? When is this king going to be born? And who's there ready to devour that king? Same one is there ready to devour him when he came as a baby to marry. But he couldn't do it. Today, we have been sold out by the liberals. And anybody you know that's a liberal, tag him with that name, that title. They have sold out. Money to these people is like heroin to a drug addict. They'll do anything to get it, regardless who it hurts. Just like the Islamic idiots out there, the Muslim world covers up for them for the most part. And they don't see that is the way we see it. But when they take babies and throw them up and shoot them before they hit the ground, and they take them alive along with men and women and burn them in iron cages, they're crazy. I put the liberals, period, in the same category as a madman who is all out for Allah, which is not a god, is a moon rock. And because Muhammad said so, and Muhammad is a false prophet. He's a liar. I put the liberal media, the liberal Democrat, anybody tagged with that name who continues to lie, all because they cannot perform and deliver a title deed for you, to you, on everything that you own. You need to become socialist before that can be done. Sanderson told you that, or Sanders told you that. He told you that 100 times. But Hillary was a closet socialist. She didn't tell you that. And now she's gone kind of nuts. And really, she's gone nuts. But they cannot deliver what they promised to deliver. That's the title deed to this country to the Pope. And it would go from the Pope's hands. Hey, look, there's a step that you take place in the command. You take your grievance to the sergeant. Sergeant goes to lieutenant. Lieutenant goes to the chief. Or if you want to insert a captain in there, you have a chain of command. You follow that, starting with the president that goes to the Pope, and the Pope goes to the UN, and the UN goes to the Antichrist. That is the chain of command. Except the liberal, the people in this country, cannot give it to the president so he can give it to the Pope. The president is fighting on our behalf. He fights for you and he fights for me. Why? Because he's one of us. Jody Wolf Expoz.